Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I thought it would be a fun idea to compare two foundations that I really love that just happen to be from the same brand that I really love. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation versus the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. So this one is brand new and I am obsessed with it right now. So I thought it would be fun to compare it to this one, which I also really love. That's been around for a while, so that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna try it out, see differences, see similarities, all that fun stuff. So before we get into that, please give this a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But if you wanna see me compare these two, then stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay, so I have both of these pulled up on the websites. So I'm just gonna read up on the details for you guys, see like what each one says, see any differences in pricing, size, all that. And then we're gonna try them out and see kind of what they look like right next to each other. See which one I would recommend for you based on my opinion, and then kind of what I would recommend based on like the finish, the formulation, everything like that. So we're gonna get into detail on these. So yeah, like I said, I have them both pulled up on the website. So the first one I'm seeing is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. It goes for $44. So I would say definitely not cheap, but standard pricing for a foundation that you would find at like a Sephora. I got this one in the shade 5.5. That's the only thing I want to warn you guys about beforehand is I have the new one in a darker shade because I usually wear foundation when I have a tan, which I do right now. It's a little bit light. It matches me when I don't really have much of a tan, but right now I feel like it might be a little bit too light. So that's just a warning ahead of time. I'm sorry if the colors are not the same. Anyways, yeah, I got this in 5.5 neutral. And for the description on this, it says, a long-lasting, weightless, hybrid skincare foundation, Charlotte's secret to a flawless, poreless-looking, confident complexion. It says it's full coverage, it's a matte finish, formulation is liquid, it's for normal, dry, and combo skin types. And then it also says this hybrid skincare foundation contains Charlotte Tilbury's magic matrix of ingredients, including the groundbreaking magic Replexium to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. The hydrating lightweight formula is sweat-proof, humidity-proof, waterproof, and transfer-resistant. I like to apply this one with a beauty blender. I think it looks really beautiful when you use that. And this is 1 fluid ounce, so the standard. And this packaging is insane. I am obsessed with how like luxurious this looks. And then the next one that we have is the brand new one, the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Medium Coverage Liquid Foundation with Hyaluronic Acid. That is a mouthful. And this one goes also for $44 and it is the same size, 1 fluid ounce. So pricing wise, they are exactly the same. Like I said though, I got this in a darker shade. I got it in shade 7 neutral, and this one is like perfect for me when I'm a little bit more tan. The description for this one says a 16-hour natural glow foundation with buildable medium coverage to hydrate, smooth, blur pores, and brighten skin. Medium coverage, natural finish, and liquid formulation. Also says Charlotte Tilbury developed this skincare infused foundation to improve the look of skin with each application. This lightweight, long-wearing formula helps prevent pollutant particles from penetrating the skin, strengthening its barrier, and improving skin quality over time. So that also sounds really amazing. This one I also like to apply with a beauty blender. They both just look stunning when you use that. I feel like every foundation does when you use a beauty blender. They sound similar, but in their descriptions they sound a little bit different. Like this one is a medium coverage natural finish. This is a full coverage and like a matte finish. So I guess that's the first thing I'll start with is depends on what you're looking for in a finish. If you like more matte foundation, this is probably gonna be your go-to. If you like more natural finish with a little glow, this will probably be your go-to. I am a medium coverage natural finish girl, so you know I love this already. But we're gonna test them out right next to each other and see, like I said, things that I notice are the same, things that I notice are different, what I like more after seeing them right next to each other, and what I would recommend. So I think I talked enough. We're just gonna start applying. So I'm gonna do the Airbrush Flawless Foundation on my left side and the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation on my right side. And then we will talk right after I've applied. So let's just get started. Okay, I want to start by saying, wow, this difference in color is insane. This side's definitely way too light for me and I feel like it's washing me out like crazy. But it's not as big of a difference as I was imagining that it was gonna be, but it's still kind of intense. So just with no other products on top right off the bat, I just spent a couple minutes like looking in the mirror pretty closely to see if I noticed anything that was different between the two. What I noticed was similar between the two, and I definitely have a couple things. So I want to start by saying that both are absolutely beautiful. Like I feel like both sides of my face just look really, really nice. I did notice a couple things that were different, but I'll start with similarities. Even though they are different coverage and a different finish, I feel like they look similar, just a little bit different, if you know what I mean. Like obviously this side looks a little bit more matte and this side looks a little bit more glowy, but I still feel like they're doing very similar things for me. Like I feel like both sides of my face look pretty airbrushed and just beautiful. So I love that they're like different but very similar at the same time. I also like that both of them did a good job of covering up any blemishes and redness that I had. Like even though this side is a medium coverage, it did a really good job of covering everything up. And I feel like the medium coverage is enough. Like I don't think you need the full coverage to get everything covered. So I feel like I like the medium coverage side better. Like I said, it does enough. But both sides look really flawless. Both sides look the same as far as pores go. I'm not wearing a pore filling primer because I wanted to see what both do individually. And they both look exactly the same for my pores. Let me see if I can get up close so that you guys can see it too. Both a little bit settling into my smile lines, but every foundation, like I always say, does that. So that doesn't worry me too much. Obviously, as far as differences go, the finish is different. Like I said, this side is more matte. This side has a glow to it, which is really beautiful. I have to say I love the glow. I just feel like it brings so much life to your face. It's just really, really beautiful. I like the matte side too, but the glowy side is just doing something more for me, if that makes sense as far as the finish goes. I will say though, this side, the Airbrush Flawless Finish side, dries faster. Like this side doesn't feel as like sticky as this side. Not that this side is necessarily sticky, but this side definitely feels more like when I touch it, I could feel it on my fingers than this side. This one still feels good. I feel like it feels more like a moisturizer than anything, but it still feels not as dried as this one. And I don't really know what I like more. I feel like I would like for this to have dried as quickly as this, but I also like how this one looks more right now. So gotta pick your battles. Obviously this side is a fuller coverage, so I do feel like this side looks a tiny bit heavier than this side does. Like this one looks like my skin but more, if you know what I mean, like my skin but better kind of thing. This side looks more like I'm wearing makeup on it, and I kind of like the natural look a little bit more. I think you guys can already guess which one I'm liking more at the moment, but I want to see how both do with other makeup products. So I'm gonna finish my makeup and then I'll come back to give you guys some details on how they both work with other products, all that fun stuff. So I will be right back. All right guys, makeup is applied to both sides and this is gonna be a tough decision because they look so similar. Once you put the rest of your makeup on, like you could barely tell a difference. One thing that I will say I noticed pretty much right away though is I feel like this side, especially right here where my pores are, it just looks a little bit more flawless than the airbrushed flawless foundation side, which is very ironic. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm seeing, but I feel like I could just see my pores a tiny bit more clearly on this side than I can on this one. But as far as makeup in general goes, I feel like they look exactly the same, like makeup wise. My other makeup reacted exactly the same on both sides. I didn't have like an easier time on one side than I did on the other. It was just pretty much the same process. I feel like they look pretty much the same. So that was just really the only difference that I noticed. Obviously, the other thing would just be that this side is less heavy, like less of a full coverage than this side, which is what I prefer, I think. Like even just looking closely at both right next to each other, I just feel like this side looks more like my skin. Like it looks more just natural, pretty much, which I like. Even for like a glam night, like this still looks very glam, just not as full coverage, like not as much as this side. But I prefer this, you know? And after setting my makeup, they feel the same. So overall, I feel like I definitely like the new Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation more than I do the Airbrush Flawless. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of had a feeling going into this that that was going to be the case, because as much as I absolutely love both of these, when I tried this one for the first time, it just completely blew me away. Like the way that my face looks, just the glow that this side is giving me, everything is just so stunning and exactly what I look for in a foundation. Will I stop using this? Absolutely not. I am still obsessed with how this looks on me, and I feel like for a more glamorous kind of night where I want that fuller coverage effect, I'd probably choose this. But more regularly on a day-to-day, even when I'm going out at night, I always want to look glowy, and I just love medium coverage. So I feel like I would definitely choose this one over the Airbrush Flawless Foundation almost every single time if I had to choose one of these two, just because I absolutely love what it's doing for me. It's the perfect amount of everything. So this is my winner for today's video, but both are freaking amazing. I feel like you can't go wrong either way you go. I think if you're more of a matte foundation person or a more full coverage person, you would definitely enjoy this more. But if you're like me and you like more of a medium coverage and more of a glow to your skin, then this is definitely the right choice for you. But again, you're not gonna be disappointed with either one. I just had to pick a winner, so this is it. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I definitely had fun comparing two foundations that I absolutely love. So comment and let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys would choose, what your preference is for foundation, like the coverage, the finish, everything. Just let me know your thoughts. Let me know which one you liked better on me. Just tell me everything. So comment, give this a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. But stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next video.